Good evening, everybody. I want to read you something. Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to His purpose." Now, I know my page is controversial, and it kind of screws a lot of people up because everybody wants to live in denial, brush it up under the rug. But pain is real. Sexual abuse is real. Mental abuse is real on children. So, if you want to keep on denying it, get off my page. But if you want to help heal, like I say, I'm going to read you something that I wrote. It says, "When will you decide? When will you decide to protect your peace and the peace of your child? Don't be ignorant to the world around you, or stay ignorant of the life of hiding our family secrets and curses. This is my pledge. I will expose all violations in my family and yours. I refuse to stand by and watch another generation of trauma and abuse go unnoticed. For hundreds of years, mental and physical abuse, it has been brushed up under the rug, like it never even happened. We take the pain and anguish into our future and mask it or drown out the sound with alcohol, drugs, or stay in the energy of abusive relationships, or continue the cycle of abuse onto our next generation. 2022, we will bring worldwide attention to the skeletons in your closet and mine. Imagine healing and preventing mental health, or physical child abuse, the childhood traumas. Can you imagine the energy or the frequency of the earth? Can you imagine the happiness in your child's eyes? Can you see it? Now do your duty. Protect it. It starts with you. It starts with the person in the mirror. And like I said, it doesn't have to be sexual abuse, but everybody's got a trauma. Whenever we're kids and they don't you talk back to me, you know what that does? It makes us afraid to voice our opinion, to voice ourselves, So we stay huddled up. This is what this channel is about. It's about healing. It's not about hurting nobody's family, but the stuff's got to stop. We are in end times. Hell is real. Heaven is real. Just, do you want your child to suffer what you've gone through? I can still see the sidewalk where I was groomed, walking to my fate the day I was raped. The first, I was 9 years old. And this ain't about convicting nobody. That's not what it's about. But I was groomed. They just told me about this game that we was going to play. We got there and I got tied up. They did what they did, And let's fast forward 6 years. They come to my mom's house one night because my mom worked night shift. And they put a can in my lips with crack on it. I was addicted to that shit for 15 years. At least. The only thing that saved me was probably prison. You know how Psalms 23 says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures." That was my green pastures. I don't want to go, if I can help one person, had I not been in doing these shadow work prompts, I'd ate a bullet a month ago, 2 months ago. It's the first time I've never been suicidal. Subconsciously, maybe I had, doing all the drugs, but I wanted to die. But the shadow work has helped me. I've never been a weak person. This channel is to help you heal. Are you ever healed all the way? No. Healing is a process. But there's always going to be a bump in the road. It's an ongoing process. It's just, God chose me. My great grandmother, I lived 3 blocks from her old house. She died in 77. Or 70, yeah, 77, yeah, 79, excuse me. She run a whorehouse. She sold my aunts, my great aunts, and my grandmother. My papa bought my grandmother. Just lucky that she was never turned into a whore. And in the past 7 years, I've had different people brought into my life, and this is my purpose. I didn't ask for this, but I'm here, you know, and none of us are angels. But when it comes to my babies, that's nothing. My older kids, no, we protected them. My sister's kids, they were protected. We killed that generational curse. Because it's gone generation after generation after generation. And everybody says, shh, don't tell nobody. The hell with that. I'm telling everybody. I talked to my mother today. It's not about, you know, making our family look bad. Because it's not just our family. It's gone. It's a common thing. But it's got to stop. I don't want my kids going through traumas like that. I don't want them being all screwed up. You know, I've got associates now that they don't feel like they're loved unless somebody's pounding them. You know? I went through the same thing. Only way I knew to show any kind of love is through sex. And it put my ass in prison. But this is like I say, it's not about convicting people. It's about stopping the bullshit. You know? It's about stopping it's just, you got to stop the stuff. You know what I mean? It's got to stop. Do you want, if you went through it, do you want your kids going through it? I just want you to know, this is not about making people look bad. I don't give a shit what it makes you look like. If you do it to your kid, then that's on you. But I want to build past. I still want that. If a parent touches their child or sells their child, they need to die. 4 states in the United States, they go for the death penalty. God gives us our kids to protect, not to hurt. But I'm going to go on the victim's advocate now, or the devil's advocate, whatever you want to say. Whenever somebody does something to me, whatever, I don't look at it like, ooh, who did it to them? It's healing. You know, if a person gets a sex offense, they throw them in a fucking jail cell, leave them in there for however many years, and put them on probation. They need to be mandatory. There needs to be a program in there that's getting to the root of the problem. If you go out there and do your garden, and you just clip the weeds, what's it going to do? It's going to grow back. But if you dig down there and get the root, it's not going to grow back. The justice system is about money. Justice. That's $1 billion trillion. That's $1 billion industry. They can afford some. I would volunteer to go in there and help these guys. You know, because I've done enough studying. They got enough money to pay a psychologist. You know, not a psychiatrist. They need a psychologist. They need somebody to walk them through the healing process. You know, you got to embrace the shadow. Because people look at me like, you got a good heart. You know, you're always so nice. That same, how we go out and help people, the other side of me is just as you know, it's not nothing nice. You have to embrace your shadow. You have to go back to who and where hurt you. And you got to take your power back. You don't own me anymore. That's what I Am Moving Forward is about. So I really appreciate the people that, you know, that's what I'm about. It's about a process. It's about healing. It's not about pointing fingers, you know, but it's about bringing awareness. Because if you do that shit, you know what I mean? How can you do that to your child? There's no money, there's no nothing that I would hurt my child. Sorry. So, I really appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm new to all this, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know how to put this stuff out there. So it's just by happenstance that people are finding the channel. So, but share it. If it can help somebody, share it, please. And if somebody, hey, I'm open for suggestions. You want to come in here and help me put a program together? Hit me up. Go to my website. It's got my phone number in there. Better yet, I'm gonna put it on this. Okay? I love y'all, man. It's healing time.